MetLife. Doesn't look too breezy. Weather in this area has been absolutely gorgeous. The Jets' play hasn't been. The quarterback of the Cowboys has been sensational. Dak and the Cowboys' offense impressive last week, even without CeeDee Lamb. Dak first in the league in both completions and passing yards, but they have a losing record because the defense is last in the league in yards allowed and third down conversion percentage. And they all talked about how to get back to 500 earlier this week.
I mean, I'll throw for 60 times a game if they want me to. I hope I don't have to. I feel, as I've said before, I feel as confident, feel like I'm playing the best. I've got all ownership, I guess you could say, in this offense. For me, it's just about continuing to build and not complacent at all with 4 games.
Even though they scored 40 points, our defense improved as that game went along right before your eyes. And we did make some stops that were out there that were key stops against a fine offensive football team in Green Bay.
All right, we will get back to those comments from Jerry Jones as we continue in a moment, because I thought the rest of the crew was going to jump out of their chairs as they heard it. But first, the real storyline in this game, Dan Graziano, who was there for us live, are all the injuries for the Cowboys on that offense, which has been so good. Pick it up from there.
Yeah, they have more inactives than can fit on the inactive list. Tyler Smith, their right guard, he's officially active, but we don't expect him to play, except in the case of some sort of emergency. You see, they're going to be without 4 starters on the offensive line, as well as 2 of their top 3 wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb, Kevontae Turpin. So they are banged up on the offensive side of the ball. Fortunately for them, their quarterback is playing at an extremely high level, and they'll look to him to carry them. Now, to Jerry's comments about that defense, the defense has been rough. There's no question about it. They know they need to get better, especially on the back end. I had a chance to talk to the defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus, here on the field a short time ago. He said it's getting better. Trevon Diggs and Deron Bland getting healthier by the week, and that's encouraging. Diggs, they sat down at the beginning of last week's game. He's been having some issues adjusting to the scheme. He actually came out publicly and said this week that he'd like to play more man coverage, but Matt Eberflus, more of a zone guy. Eberflus said, look, he didn't practice with us all through camp. He was hurt. He doesn't really have a lot of experience doing what we do, but he said his technique was more consistent in practice this week. He said when his technique is good, Greeny, he said he can cover with anybody.
Okay, thank you, Dan. Obviously, all those injuries are a major factor, but I do want to take it back to the comments that Jerry Jones made earlier in the week. And again, write down the words, that defense improved right before our eyes as the game went on. He's talking about the 40-40 tie with Green Bay. I will point out that the Packers scored on all 5 of their drives after halftime, 3 touchdowns and then 2 field goals, including the one that it ended in a tie. So, Rex, what is your reaction to Jerry Jones saying that their defense improved?
What? Are you out of your mind? That defense stinks. They stunk before, they stink now, and they're going to stink today. Come on, man. They got better right before our eyes. I'll be honest with you. They remind me of the 85 Bears for the 2000 Ravens. I'm not kidding. They are locked down. Alex Smith, you don't want to face that defense, my friend. Look, they are absolutely garbage. They really are garbage on all 3 levels. So, I mean, I guess when you hold the team to a field goal, good for you. Congratulations. They only kicked a field goal. Congratulations. But this defense is holding them back. It's holding back the entire organization. And they will today. I'm telling you, I think the Jets win this game.
Graz is talking about the defensive backs that are getting used to the scheme now and starting to play their techniques better in practice. I mean, are we in minicamp? Yeah. I mean, they should be ready to go. I mean, this defense needs to be counted on because as well as Dak Prescott is playing 4 starting offensive linemen, fellas. That's the big thing here for me. I mean, how can Dak continually do this if someone's in his lap? I don't know. And in film wall, you showed some of those plays where he is off platform and guys are on his legs. That's not something that he can do every single play. It's all set up for the New York Jets right here. I mean, if they just put it together and they're just stupid penalties, stupid play. Hopefully Aaron Glenn gets to some of these players this week where they can look good too, because both of these teams are teams you shake your head at, that they should be so much more better with the players that they have, but they just haven't performed.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at this game over the last couple of weeks, you're talking about the Doomsday defense. You know, we got Justin Fields on the screen right now. One thing that I learned from the great Charles Woodson is when you are making big plays on the defense and they have their hands up or they're pointing at each other about you were supposed to have my back, but you didn't. That just shows me that they do not or did not understand the game plan. So I'm just looking at DC, Matt Eberflus. What can he do on the road against this offense? Because if you're giving up the big play and y'all haven't shown over the last couple of weeks that you can defend it, this is a big day for Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson and company to stretch the field on the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm actually anxious to see, as much as Justin Fields has been doing for your New York Jets, I really would like to see if they can push the ball downfield. But because you're talking about guys with their arms folded, pointing fingers, you were supposed to be there. Indecisiveness. I look for a big day for the Jets.
Now Matt Eberflus, all right, knows Justin Fields extremely well, right?
Yes.
I mean, he's a unique talent. Yeah. And sometimes like, ooh, how do we play him or whatever. If there's ever a week, Eberflus, I mean, come on, man. You know this guy. This team hasn't been able to move the ball on anybody. You should show up today. They're going to show up to the tune of about 350, 400 yards today and about 27 points.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rex. I like the Jets' chances in this. Listen, I think Brian Schottenheimer's done a really great job on the offensive side of the ball. We've talked about how well Dak's playing, as good as ever, maybe the best in the NFL. But this offense has carried a heavy burden all year. And now to be down 4 offensive linemen and 2 of your best players outside, like, I don't know if it is enough. And then just the crazy comment to say our defense improved. Right, you gave up 40 at home. You really only got the field goal, by the way, because the clock ran out. Right, like in the extra period, I don't think they have enough. They're not playing at nearly close enough a level. And again, going on the road to New York, I think a Jets team that obviously I think has the ability. It's been so Jekyll and Hyde, but they can run the ball now. Justin Fields is so good. Obviously doing a lot of the RPO, run-driven stuff from the quarterback position. I think they got a great chance today.
And what's been a big threat for this team also is their special teams in terms of Dallas. At Kevontae Turpin, who's one of the most dangerous returners in the game, he gets you good field position.
Yes.
He's out. He's out too, and so it's tough sledding.
You know, we said early in week 1 we were talking about Aaron Glenn and what he was going to bring to the New York Jets, organization. And one thing that really stood out to me is being able to have a guy like Sauce Gardner travel. He traveled earlier in the first couple of weeks with all the injuries on the offensive side of the Dallas Cowboys. You got Turpin out, you got Lamb out. George Pickens is the only option on the outside for wide receiver. So I would like to see if Sauce Gardner can go over there on George Pickens. You know why? Because that leaves Jake Ferguson in the running game. See what type of game plan Aaron Glenn comes out with.
We'll see. Sauce Gardner has had a lot of penalty issues this year. He's been frustrated about it. We'll see if that's a factor in the game today. The Cowboys are a 1.5-point favorite. Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, this might be the best game of the day. Broncos and Eagles. Denver, maybe they wake up today. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are 4-0. He's the first quarterback ever with 5 touchdown passes, 4 rushing touchdowns, and no picks in the first 4 games. But his counterpart today, Bo Nix, in a select group of his own. He's one of 3 players with 35 touchdown passes and 5 rushing touchdowns in the last 2 seasons. Alex told you earlier, the others are Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. So now let's hear as Drew Brees and company take a